हेलो एन्ड नमस्ते तपाईहरु सबैलाई फेरि पनि स्वागत छ नीमा एकाडेमीले मनाइरहेको डिजिटल लर्निङ डेको दोस्रो दिनको लाइभ इभेन्टमा। हिजोको पहिलो दिनलाई निकै दमदार रूपका साथ ओपनिङ गरिदिनु हुने हाम्रा रेस्पेक्टेड होस्ट जय प्रधानलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिँदै आजको 23 फेब्रुअरीको लाइभ इभेन्ट लिएर यस लाइभ इभेन्टमा हजुरहरु सामु उपस्थित छु म मोनाली डंगोल। सो हजुरहरूले थाहा त पाइसक्नुभयो होला डिजिटल लर्निङ डे भनेको के हो भनेर र आज भने नीमा एकाडेमीले अर्गनाइज गरेको यस इभेन्टमा एज डिस्कस्ड यस्टरडे तपाईहरुको सामु हामीले सानो स्टोरी टेलिङ प्रोग्राम लिएर आएका छौं। कतिको एक्साइटेड हुनुहुन्छ? सुन्ने होइन त रमाइला रमाइला कथाहरू? त्यसो भए केही ढिला नगरी ग्राब गर्नुहोस् आफ्नो पपकर्न अनि तिखार्नुहोस् आफ्ना कानहरू अनि जुनसुकै भेन्यू स्पटमा हुनुहुन्छ डजन्ट इभन म्याटर मस्तले कम्फर्टेबल भएर अब हामीलाई सुन्नुहोस्। अझ एउटा स्लाइटेस्ट इन्फर्मेसन, यो प्रोग्राम चाहिँ स्पेसली डेडिकेटेड टु स्कुल गोइङ स्टुडेन्ट्सलाई हुनेछ। तर खाने मुखलाई जुङ्गाले छेक्दैन भने जस्तै कथा सुन्ने पढ्ने भरपूर मनोरञ्जन अनि सिख लिनेलाई कुनै बेरेले छेक्दैन। सो सबैजना मजाले स्टोरी सुन्नलाई रेडी भएर बस्नु होला है त। म अब स्टोरी प्रोग्रामलाई सुरु गर्न गइरहेकी छु, ध्यान दिएर सुन्नु होला है त।
कथा कल्पनाको मिठो ताती शब्दकै वाचन गर्दा पनि निशब्द बनाइदिने भावनाका बेगहरू, नैतिक अनि अनैतिक बीचको कुम्लो, उत्सुकता र रहरका कुरा गर्दा गर्दै अन्त्येष्टिपछि पनि मिठो छाप छोड्ने चलायमान सम्वेगहरू। कथा सुन्न कसलाई मन पर्दैन र? होइन त मेरा प्यारा प्यारा भाइ बहिनीहरू, नमस्ते है सबैमा। सन्चै हुनुहुन्छ? हजुरहरूलाई थाहा छ हरेक वर्षको फेब्रुअरी 22मा डिजिटल लर्निङ डे मनाउने गरिन्छ र यसै डिजिटल लर्निङ डेको अवसर पारेर नीमा एकाडेमीले हजुरहरूको लागि कथा सङ्ग्रह तयार पारेको छ। हाम्रो नीमा एकाडेमीको एपमा गएर हजुरहरूले लेट्स रिड एसियाको थ्रुबाट निकै रमाइला रमाइला कथाहरू सित्तैमा पढ्न सक्नुहुनेछ। यसबीच आजको यस कथा सङ्ग्रहमा पनि म हाम्रै एपमा रहेको निकै रमाइलो कथा जुङ्गे दाइको कोठा वाचन गर्न गइरहेकी छु। सुरु गरौँ है त, मजाले सुन्नु होला। जुङ्गे दाइको कोठालाई निरज बलामी अनि बालकोशीले ग्रुपले लेख्नु भएको हो भने यसको चित्रकार चाहिँ सुजन चित्रकार हुन्। कथाको सुरुवात हुन्छ निकै रमाइलो सहरबाट। त्यस सहरमा थुप्रै घरहरू थिए। कथा त्यही सहरका बीचको एउटा घरको कोठाको। कोठा जुङ्गे दाइको। कोठा ठुलै भए पनि त्यहाँ त्यति धेरै सामानहरू थिएनन्। भएका सामानहरू छरपष्ट हुने गरी छरिएका थिए। तिनै थोरै सामानले पनि सिङ्गै कोठा ढाकेका थिए। लुगाहरू झुन्ड्याइएका थिएनन्। कापी किताब मिलाएर दराजमा राखिएका थिएनन्। कलम, मसीको भाँडो, गिलास, कैची सबै भुइँमा यताउति छरिएका थिए। केराको बोक्रा समेत भुइँमै फालिएको थियो। ती सामानहरू असन्तुष्ट, रिसाएका र दुखित देखिन्थे। दराज मुनि बसेको माटाका भाँडाले सोच्दै थियो, होइन जुङ्गे दाइले हामीहरूको यसरी किन व्यवस्था गर्नुभएको होला? त्यसै बेला दराजमाथिको घडी खसेर त्यही भाँडोमाथि बज्रियो र भाँडो चकनाचुर भयो। यो देखेर कोठाका सबै सामान तर्सिए। घडी आफै पनि थुरथुर कामिरहेको थियो। उसको एउटा सुई फुक्लिएको थियो। बिचरो घडी, ऊ आफै खस्छु भनेर त खसेको त होइन नि। दराजमाथि छेउमा राख्ने जुङ्गे दाइ नै त थियो नि। सिसाको गिलासको त सातो पुत्लो नै उडेको थियो। उसले चारैतिर हेर्यो। उसले देख्यो आफ्नो नाकैनेर एउटा कैची डर लाग्दो गरी चुच्चो तेर्साउँदै बसिरहेको थियो। गिलास करायो, कैची उता फर्का त्यो चुच्चो। कैचीले चिरबिर स्वर निकालेर भन्यो, जुङ्गे दाइले नै मलाई यहाँ यसरी राख्नु भएको त हो नि, म के गरौँ? अर्को छेउबाट कमिजले धोत्रो स्वरमा भन्यो, ए केराको बोक्रा, तेरो त्यो दाग मलाई लाग्ला, त अलि पर जा। सबै दुखी थिए। तिनीहरू सबै कराए, यो सब जुङ्गे दाइकै कारणले भएको हो। काम सकिएपछि प्रयोग गरिएका सामान उहाँ पहिलेकै ठाउँमा राख्न जहिले बिर्सनुहुन्छ अनि हामीलाई यता न उता बनाइदिनुहुन्छ जहिले पनि। एक दिन त्यस्तै भयो। जुङ्गे दाइ चिठी लेख्न भनेर बस्नुभयो, तर कलम नै भेटिएन। बल्ल बल्ल कलम पाउनुभयो र चिठी लेख्नुभयो। लेखिसकेर बिर्को लाउन खोज्दा फेरि बिर्को नै भेटिएन। बिर्को त गुडेर खाटमुनि पुगिसकेको रहेछ। बिर्कोले पनि आफूलाई त्यसरी फालिएकाले किन बोल्ने भनेर बोल्दै बोलेन। त्यसपछि जुङ्गे दाइ बाहिर जानुभयो। जुङ्गे दाइको काम कुरादेखि वाक्क दिक्क भएर कोठाका सबै सामान छलफलमा जुटे। सबैले आफ्ना समस्या राखे, सुझाव दिए। यसरी बहस चलिरहेको बेला जुङ्गे दाइ कोठा बाहिर आइपुग्नुभयो। कोठाभित्रबाट आवाज आएको जस्तो लाग्यो। जुङ्गे दाइ तर्सिनुभयो। कतै चोर त भित्र छैन? उहाँले ढोकाको खापामा कान थाप्नुभयो। टोपी हराएको कलम बोल्दै थियो, साथीहरू अब हामी त्यसै बस्नु हुँदैन। भित्ताको किल्लातिर हेर्दै कमिजले भन्यो, हो हामीहरू जथाभावी फालिएका छौँ, हाम्रो अपमान गरिएको छ। किताबले रुन्ची स्वरमा भन्यो, मेरो त झन् पाना पाना च्यातिएका छन्। बरु साना साना नानीहरू मलाई पढ्छन् र मेरा कस्तो आदर गर्छन्। जुङ्गे दाइ भने हामीलाई जथाभावी फाल्नुहुन्छ। के यसमा तपाईँहरूको चित्त बुझेको छ? सबैले एकै स्वरमा भने, हो उहाँको कामले हाम्रो चित्त साह्रै दुखेको छ। एकछिनपछि किताबले भन्यो, कलम भाइ तिमी त लेख्ने गर्छौ होइन र? लौ आज तिमीले लेख्नै पर्यो। हामी यसरी अपमानित भएर बस्न सक्दैनौँ। हाम्रा कुरा जुङ्गे दाइले राम्ररी देख्ने गरिकन लेख्नु पर्यो। कसो? कलम गम्भीर भयो र सुस्केर हाल्दै उसले भन्यो, हो मेरो काम लेख्ने नै हो, तर जुङ्गे दाइका हातबाट नसमातिकन म आफै लेख्नै सक्दिनँ। कोठाका सबै सामानले भने, होइन होइन तिमीले लेख्नै पर्छ। त्यसै बेला कान थापी सुनिरहनु भएका जुङ्गे दाइले ढोका खोल्नुभयो। उहाँले देख्नुभयो जताभावी फालिएका ती सामानले उहाँलाई गिजाइरहेका थिए। यो देखेर उहाँलाई धेरै लाज लाग्यो। यो धेरै पहिलेको कुरा हो। हजुरहरूलाई थाहा छ नानी बाबुहरू, अहिले भने जुङ्गे दाइको कोठा एकदमै सफा छ। केराका बोक्रा भुइँमा फालिएका हुँदैनन्। लुगा र कापी किताब दराजमा मिलाएर राखिएका छन्। कलम, मसी बाडो, गिलास, कैची र घडी सबै ठिक ठिक ठाउँमा राखिएका छन्। आफ्ना ठाउँमा बस्न पाएर सामानहरू खुसी देखिन्छन्। चाहिएका सामान समयमै पाउनाले जुङ्गे दाइ पनि दङ्ग हुनुहुन्छ। यसबीच अहिले भने जुङ्गे दाइ एकदमै धेरै सफा सुग्घर भएर आफ्ना कोठाहरू मजाले मिलाएर बस्नुहुन्छ। हजुरहरूले चाहिँ यो कथाबाट के सिक्नुभयो त भाइ बहिनीहरू? जुङ्गे दाइ पहिले जस्तो हुन राम्रो कि जुङ्गे दाइ अहिले जस्तो हुन राम्रो? हामीलाई फेसबुकमा मजाले कमेन्ट पनि गर्नुहोस् है त। ल है त भाइ बहिनीहरू, अब यस श्रृङ्खलापछि हजुर र हाम्रो भेट चाहिँ अर्को श्रृङ्खलामा हुनेछ। अनि अर्को श्रृङ्खलामा पनि हामी यस्तै इन्ट्रेस्टिङ स्टोरी अझै धेरै पढ्नेछौँ र सुन्नेछौँ। त्यसैले हामीसँगै रहनुहोला। अल राइट, सो यो छोटो मिठो जुङ्गे दाइको कोठा भन्ने कथा पश्चात वी आर ब्याक विथ येट अनदर स्टोरी। I hope you really enjoyed the previous story, and if you did, tell me how much. And for that, you can comment on our YouTube and Facebook live comment section below. I'll definitely take your feedback so that we can come up with more such interesting stories. Now, without any delay, let's make this story more interesting as well. This session of story is mostly dedicated to the secondary level students. with a very interesting moral, beautiful plot, and the most fierce characters. I am definitely going to blow you away. So, just hold yourself back, relax, and hear us with all your enthusiasm. And guess what? Today, we are going to hear an inspiring Hindu mythological story. A very small portion of Bhagavad Gita. It's a story featuring three main characters. Lord Vishnu with one of his strongest avatar, Lord Narsimha. Hiranyakashipu, the powerful demon king. And Prahlad, the most dedicated devotee of Lord Vishnu and son of Hiranyakashipu. So, without any delay, let's head towards this story. Story starts with the most narcissistic character, son of Kashyap Rishi and Diti, Hiranyakashipu, whose brother Hiranyash was killed by Lord Vishnu initially. Hiranyakashipu always had the strongest desire to be immortal and to be one of the most powerful demon king. So he started doing a severe and very serious tapasya. Impressed by his tapasya, Lord Brahma, the creator, asked him to get a boon. Hiranyakashipu, I am very impressed with your tapasya. Ask me, what do you want? Hiranyakashipu, as soon as he hears this, he yells, Brahmaji, I want to be immortal. He requested about it fearlessly to Lord Brahma. On the other hand, Brahmaji, as soon as he heard this, responded strictly. That's impossible. Hearing out this strict response from Lord Brahma, Hiranyakashipu then asked for a boon. Okay then, I shouldn't die in the day or in the night, neither in the sky nor in the land, neither by a man nor by a beast, neither by sastra nor by astra, neither in house nor outside the house. As soon as Brahmaji hears this, he blessed Hiranyakashipu and said, Tathastu. Powered by the boon, Hiranyakashipu came back. Prahladji, the very little child of Hiranyakashipu, is a strong devotee of Lord Vishnu. As Hiranyakashipu came back, he was delighted to meet his child. So he asked his guru Shukracharya's two sons, Sant and Amarg, and he told them, My child needs to be taught. Go and teach him, so that it will be beneficial for him to be a demon king in near future. Teach him Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. Teach him all the cunningness and cleverness of the world. Sant and Amarg took Prahladji for 15 days. They taught him everything. When they thought, now he has become a graduate, they brought him back. Hiranyakashipu, as soon as he saw his child, kept him in his lap and asked, Say, my child, what have you learned? As soon as Prahladji hears his father asking him, he said, Pitaji, I have learned Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padsevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakhyam, and Atmanivedam, which are the 9 folds of bhakti. Hiranyakashipu found that his child is praising Sri Narayan. He lifted Prahladji and threw him away. He scolded Sant and Amarg, and as Prahladji heard him scolding Sant and Amarg, Prahladji said, Pitaji, It is not their fault. Can bhakti be gained just by teaching? This is a result of God's grace. Sand and Amar requested Hiranyakashipu, "Give us one more chance. You are such a powerful king. You don't have anything to fear." As Sand and Amar finished telling this, Hiranyakashipu accepted the request. They again took Praladji and taught him, but Praladji never cared about their teaching. Rather, always did kirtan of Sri Hari. Once when Sant and Amark went outside, Praladji was sitting with other demon children. They approached Praladji to play with them. Praladji said, "I don't play the game you play. I play the game that my guru has taught me." Children said, "Who is your guru? Aren't Guru Sant and Guru Amark your guru?" Praladji said, "No, they are not. Said Narad is my guru. Come, I'll teach you my game." He handed the manjaris and taught them to do Hari Kirtan. When Sant and Amar came, they saw all children shouting, "Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam," and crying out of ecstasy of Sri Narayan's name. Sant and Amark, when they returned back, by hearing all of this, they became very furious. They dragged Praladji and came to Hiranyakashipu, saying, "Your child is incorrigible. He will never improve." Hiranyakashipu, not allowing anybody to do bhakti of Sri Hari in his kingdom, when heard that his own child is drowning in the love for Sri Hari, became extremely furious. Hiranyakashipu then delivered the instruction, "Get him killed." Servants tried various ways to kill the child. They tried to squash him under the feet of elephant, put him in the pit of snakes, etc. But the faith of Praladji was so strong that he saw Sri Narayan in snakes and elephant. Holika, the sister of Hiranyakashipu, who was blessed to be never killed with fire, sat with Praladji in fire. But as soon as Holika sat with Praladji on her laps in the fire, she turned into ashes, but in no way was able to kill him. They brought him back to Hiranyakashipu and said, "What kind of child is this? No one is able to kill him." Hiranyakashipu asked Praladji, "This Narayan you worship, where is he?" Praladji replied, "Pitaji, my Sri Narayan is everywhere. He is sitting inside your heart as well and giving you power to speak. He is inside me also. He is also in the blade of grass. He is also in this stone pillar." After Praladji finished saying it, Hiranyakashipu said, "He's in the pillar? Why can't I see him?" And he punched the pillar, when Narsingh Dev appeared with face of lion and body of human. He manifested from there and put Hiranyakashipu in his lap and said, "You rascal, look, it is neither day nor night, it is twilight. You are neither in sky nor in land, you are in my lap. I am neither human nor beast. I have head of lion and body of human. I am neither killing you with astra nor sastra. My nails are enough. I am neither in your house nor outside. I am in drilling." And he ripped him apart. See, God killing demon is not a big deal. An elephant killed a mosquito. Will you appreciate the strength of elephant? Similarly, he can kill anyone. That is not important. But the love he has for his devotees and the message he conveyed in this avatar is important. Narasimha Deva was enraging in the angerness when Devi Lakshmi, to calm him, came and sat in his lap. He then saw the innocent face of Praladji and kept his hand softly in his head, trying hard not to hurt his devotee by nails of his hand. He then pointed his nails towards all other demons present there, conveying, warning, whoever even thinks to hurt my devotee will get ripped like this. He then kept Praladji in his lap and said, "My child, I'm very happy with your devotion. Ask me, what do you want?" And after this, what Praladji said became historic. He said, "My lord, if I will ask something from you instead of my bhakti, it will be your business. I am not a businessman. I am your eternal servant." Narasimha Deva became quiet. He thought, whenever someone meets me, ask for a boon. And this child is saying he doesn't want any boon, thinking he is a servant of mine. Praladji said, "My God, I ask you for one boon. Since it is your rule to give, and as a servant, it is my duty to follow your instructions. If the master is saying ask, then the servant has to ask. So, Maharaj, I will ask you to make my heart such that in future I will never ever ask anything from you, even in the future." In other words, he asked for selfless devotion. Hearing this word of Praladji, Narasimha Deva's eyes became moist and he hugged his beloved son. So, alright, dear listeners, this is the end of today's this interesting story starring Praladji, Hiranyakashipu, and Lord Vishnu in the avatar of Lord Narasimha. I hope you really enjoyed this session. But before that, we have two conclusions to learn from this story. The very first is, self-praise and self-centeredness blindfold people and restrict their vision. Hiranyakashipu was so self-obsessed that he failed to see reality and lived in a world of illusions. And as uttered by lots of Hindu mythologies and even other religious mythologies, it's always tell that we are good, selfless, and kind. So it's better to see the world even through others' visions. And a kind heart and a selfless behaviors always make our life more interesting and loving. So let's head towards being more kind and more loving. The next conclusion of this story is faith can move mountains. And Praladji proved that devotion seals people from threats by helping them build confidence and willpower to face adversities with a sense of calm. So, a strong belief system is very important to achieve anything. As Praladji had a strong faith in his Lord Vishnu, he was able to achieve anything and everything. So as a listener, we can also take a lesson that we need to have a strong belief system to achieve anything in our life. And if you're a student, it's much more important. So to all the students and to all the listeners out there, I strongly urge you and even suggest you to have a strong belief system. And yes, obviously, be more kind and be more selfless. So this was all about this story session, people. So I have just finished telling you two of the very interesting stories. I hope you really enjoyed both of these stories, and if you have, don't forget to comment on the comment section below. And we will come up with more interesting sessions like this. And yes, Neema Academy has more such interesting events for our upcoming days as well. So just stick right with us.
हेलो अगेन हजुरहरूलाई कस्तो लाग्यो त आजको स्टोरी आई होप तपाईँहरू सबैजनाले मजाले स्टोरी इन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला अब यो स्टोरीसँगै आज फेब्रुअरी 23 को हाम्रो यस प्रोग्रामलाई यही एन्ड गर्न चाहन्छु र यति भन्दै भोलि फेरि हामी तपाईँहरू समक्ष यस्तै अर्को इन्ट्रेस्टिङ एन्ड एकदम हेल्पफुल टपिकमा प्रोग्राम लिएर आउने नै छौँ भोलिको टपिक चाहिँ रहेको छ e-learning tips and tricks by education industry expert केशव कुँवर उहाँले हजुरहरूको पढाइलाई हेल्प हुने टिप्स एन्ड ट्रिक्सहरू सिकाउनु हुनेछ यति भन्दै म आजको कार्यक्रमलाई यही एन्ड गर्न चाहन्छु सो बाई फर टुडे सी यू अगेन एट द सेम टाइम सेम प्लस टुमोरो गुड नाइट